Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a live stream. We have Bananas in chat from I Love Cats, Joe Plain Jordan, Bill Cooper Hicks, AMAIM Q, Spangle Boo, Dear Shemmy, Pony Butts, Sunday 05, and Smeehy. Love the username there. Thank you for subscribing. What do you guys think of my voice today? I very nearly didn't stream. But now that I've just started talking, I've realised my voice is kind of destroyed. Epic Boss Monkey says, I was just thinking, shouldn't X be streaming today? I would have finished streaming by now on a normal day. I get up early. Spangleboo says you sound tired. I feel tired. And Sven Fox says morning voice. It might be morning voice, but it's definitely a night of enthusiastic... No! No! We've derped! Oh, goodness me! I thought... Oh, jeez. I thought my voice is knackered. Okay, I'm tired. It'll be an easy, slow stream with... Oh. Bye, game. Bye. I forgot to check what username I was logged into. Well, let's sit here and watch a mod pack load together. That'll be terribly exciting. Why can't I ever stop derping? I am blessed by the derp gods, looking down upon me with their derpy eyes. Filling my days full of stupidity. Right, so we got a noise in my ear from Ron Bashar, who is here resubscribing for 21 months in a row, saying 3 months and I'll become blue. I can't wait. Yes, you'll have a blue face. Thank you for your support, man. Appreciate it ever so much. Tom CD1 says logged into Asuma 2 derp. It's actually called Asuma Void, but I should probably have the account Asuma 2 as well. That'd be nice. Couplix says world record derping in under 2 minutes. I don't know. We've derped pretty fast previously. We've derped pretty fast on other days. Pony Butt says I don't think blessed is the right word. Well, a derp can be a blessing or a curse. Depends what spin you want to put on it. I mean, derp's always fun. Except when you accidentally vein mine your base or something like that. Zajamink is here resubscribing for 12 months in a row, saying derpy as always, love it. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like watching a little bit of mod pack loading. Thank you for your resubscribe and enjoy your goldie face in chat. The Grey Pirate, thank you for the kind message, buddy. Appreciate that. Mr. Infinity _ has subscribed using Twitch Prime. Thank you for using your Twitch Prime subscription here on my channel. Appreciate that. And Baking Bacon says Asuma is a really cool name. Thank you. I made it myself. I sat down and I went, I've got to come up with a name. Music. Flip it around. Add an X. Add an A. Bam. Done. Psycho Killer 88 says, sounds like you need sleep, or just me. I wanted to continue sleeping, but I had a stream to do. My theory is unless you're dead, you should stream. Unless you're dead or very ill, you should stick to your schedule and stream. I Love Cats is here for the nation, saying you sounded like your throat is dead. Drink some honey and lemon now. Or you can wait until it gets a bit colder because I don't want you to get hurt, but then drink it, okay? Promise me. I don't have a honey and lemon. I have a Moroccan mint tea today. I was looking at my teas and the Moroccan mint caught my eye and I said, yes, I shall pick thee. Do you hear the people singing the song of the angry men when the beating of your heart echoes in the beating of your drums? There is something about that message just scrolled off the screen as I was reading it. Joey Snyder says you don't have to stream if you don't feel like it. I treat it like YouTube, okay? There are days where you don't feel like doing it. It's not that I don't feel like doing a stream, it's that my body just feels like it wants to sleep. And I have this voice. But my thing is, like, you got to think ahead. You got to think, like, you got to be consistent, you got to be disciplined. If you want to get the things you want, you can't let little things like this get in your way. Now, I know it sounds strange because you're like, oh, I wouldn't be bothered if you didn't do this. But it's like if you did that with everything, then all of a sudden I would be an inconsistent streamer. I'd be an inconsistent YouTuber, an uploader. And then that means, you know, you wouldn't be able to do this for as long, or you wouldn't be doing it as well, etc. I want to do this. This is what I love doing, streaming and making videos. So I should always make sure I'm on top of doing that. Like, no slacking. Wow, X, what is those fluid tanks? That looks amazing, says I Live Cats. You must have missed the last stream, my friend. Hang on, why did I come back here? We are actually going to work on that. I kind of forgot. I want to do a little bit of work on the base later on. That is a... Oh, no. No. If that... Oh, no. Not today. Oh, jeez. I've got power problems again. Oh... That sucks so much. Oh, you got to be kidding me. I'm going to leave it off. I'm going to leave it off and hopefully it will charge power. That'll be about the 4th, 5th or 6th time every power system I've made eventually breaks for some reason. When I log on, all of a sudden it's dead again and I don't know why. Well, that's not a great start. I should have figured out what we need before we came over there. Cuplex says Quantum Quarry sucking all the juice. The Quantum Quarry isn't even running, so it can't be that. We got a donation here, Noise in the Ear from G Zombie saying, big fan. Sent a tweet earlier regarding Enderman Griefing Command. Yes, I got your tweets and we have a fix for it. I just haven't yet put it in the description box of the video. It's a very simple fix. It was put together by Leah Leia, who might be here watching, I don't know. But yeah, she fixed it. It's pretty... Looks like a pretty straightforward fix. Just change the commands and everything still works. So, are we settled on this floor, or do we want to add something a little bit different? I don't know. There's going to be a little bit of detail work to do here and there. Question is, I think, where should the next floor start? Let's grab this stuff. Okay, so we're sort of here, so we can go at that... Oh, that lagged. Whoa, that lagged crazy. Oh, that's really lagging. So we can go at that height there. Hang on, that window's bigger. That's gonna be confusing. Right, I reckon if I look at that... Do you know what? I need an axe. If I look at that big window, that's going to be our guideline. Oh, that's the only axe I got there. Oh Lord X, you're still running around half naked, says Ponybutts. Well, I can't get any more armor out of my system because it's been turned offline again, because for some reason, whatever I do, that thing doesn't work. Oh, do I not have my magnet on? I could probably do with my magnet on about now. Oops. There we go. Alright, so like that, and then here. But then it kind of looks... I think you can get away with it there, but then this is all raised up. We'll probably get away with that, actually. No, I think that's the way to go. I think that's absolutely the way to do it. So we need a ton of spruce wood planks. Let's craft 2 stacks of them. This is one of those moments where you're thinking, if I use chisel and bits here, I could get so much more floor space out of this. Right, I'm gonna drink some tea now. I hope. Well, actually, it's probably still a little bit too soon. We'll give it 5 more minutes. Epic Boss Monkey says, hey X, have you played the Quake Championships beta? I have not. I'm not particularly interested in any other games at the moment other than Minecraft. Although StarCraft Remaster is coming out, that'll catch my interest for a little bit, I guess. Be nice to see if they remake the old UMS games. Sam KO174, thank you for your lovely message there. Just took a moment to read that. I appreciate you sending me that. Yeah, so V1X says, hey X, who hosts the servers you use for my friends are looking at a decent server host. I don't know who hosts Foolcraft, but Hermitcraft is hosted by Cubed Host, and you can find a discount code in the description box of supposedly any Hermitcraft video, but not everyone remembers to add it there. But you'll find it in mine. You'll find a discount code. Highly recommend them. Great company. They got great support as well. X, you sound really sick. You should rest, says Purple Mifwas. My voice is certainly knackered today. I probably shouldn't have streamed. Like, the one thing I hadn't considered was my voice, and when I recorded that little pre-stream video I put, was it like the announcement video on YouTube? I kind of thought, oh, that'll go in, you know, 5 minutes. But no, still here. What time is it for X? Says Banana Air Public. It is... I don't know why I didn't look at the clock. I looked at something else on my screen. It is 7 minutes to 10 here. Oh, wow. Can I say this one? Tia Taylura, probably butchered that, sorry, has subscribed for 4 months in a row, saying 4 months. Seems like I've been watching you for so much longer. Keep up the good work. Love your streams. Also, long live the NHO. Thank you for your subscription. I'm not so sure on that NHO, but I'll tell you this. My next episode of Hermitcraft, it might be hilarious. Now, I think it will be hilarious. There are times when you can make yourself laugh, but it doesn't necessarily mean everyone else will find what you're doing funny. But I have had so much fun yesterday recording the next episode of Hermitcraft. You have to see it. It's sort of related to the NHO and stuff like that, but I'm not going to give away any hints, any spoilers, nothing like that. You should totally tune in and check it out when it comes out tomorrow. I got to finish making that today. The Winged God says, X, please, for everyone who gets annoyed by it, mostly me. One banner outside needs to be completed. You forgot a few bits on the end. Fix it now, please. Please, I must fit quick. We got to go place a few little bits on a sign. Ah. Aha! Yes, we did. We missed a little bit. For you, my friend, I shall grab my bags of the chiseling and hope that the right materials are in there. I don't think I see another chisel bag in there. That chest is disgusting. Alright, let's grab that. Bam. iLoveCat says, Viva la Revolution. No one will guess. No one. Don't even bother guessing. I've got something cool I'm going to do. I think it's basalt bricks is the texture that we need to... Need that one. Need to grab. We have a donation here. Noise in my ear from Spangleboo saying, Hey Asuma, it's good that you had a night off to enjoy yourself. Have a good stream. You don't need to read this out loud. Okay, I won't then. I apologise, my friend. It's on my mind. I won't forget about it. It's one of my plans to do after this stream. I almost thought I should maybe just do that instead of streaming. It's quite funny. You say having a day off. Yeah, I had a night off. But I'm not going to upload a video on Monday, right? So I've been uploading every day. And I thought, do you know what? Monday I'm going to have a day off. So I can... Yeah, so I can, you know, just... get a little bit more extra time to do other things here and there. It's all vanished. I absolutely need to take that day off. Like, I'm so far behind on everything. I don't know how this happens. Like, whenever I'm like, okay, now it's time for X to take a bit of time off here or slow down, it just disappears. It just somehow my time gets sucked into something else. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Navy Grill says the NHO stands for not helping others. That's a great one. Like New Hermit Order was funny. I think a few other people have come up with things, but they always include the hermit in there. But not helping others is a great one. Oh, that's quite funny. So we need more spruce. Are we running low yet? I think we are. We've got 5, but we've got another stack here. We'll use that for now. We're gonna have to make more of these stairs as well. But that is looking fancy. Oh, we only need a little bit. We placed quite a lot of this stuff. So our little spiral... Oh, that's wrong. Our spiral staircase can come all the way up here. Thank you, X. My OCD can rest now, says the Winged Gods. May your OCD rest forever in peaceful symmetry and neatness. I don't know. Oh, that's wrong. So, yeah, we'll drag this thing around. But then we've got the ceiling. I did want to build like a little ceiling unit up here, but I'm starting to think this project has become... I don't want to say something like a time sink. It's been enjoyable, but it's been like a lot of effort's been put into it. And I start to wonder, is it necessary to throw even more details on the roof? The answer's probably going to end up being yes, isn't it? Why not use slabs, says Kuberus. I mean, I could use chisel and bits. This is what I was talking about earlier, but it can be a bit slow. It's like, it's not difficult to harvest spruce trees in this game, so we can just use the planks. But that's looking cool. I think I'm gonna ditch this texture here. I think I want to go with something made out of stone, a little bit like of an industrial sort of warehousey feel up here, and then maybe one of the floors will have carpets and like desks. Maybe we can make deco craft like workbench area. Sorry, workbench like I don't know, like a desk that you work at, an office. That's the one. X Plays Modded uses a diamond axe, says Lego Boy. Well, it's what I had to hand. I used to have a tinker's axe, but that disappeared into a farm that doesn't work. Right, I might be behind on noises. Let's have a look. Now I know where I am. Okay, Annoying Psychic has resubscribed for 4 months in a row. Thank you ever so much for your resubscription, buddy. I appreciate your support. Back at the Hacker is here with a donation saying Doot. Well, thank you for your donation, buddy. I appreciate that support. The message simply says Doot. That's all I can say, Doot. And the subscribes are rolling in, so I think it's time for me to take a sip of my tea as I read these. Liam says, I've been watching since Hermitcraft 1, and you want to say I haven't missed a live stream or video, and you have always done amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in and watching all the streams and videos. Appreciate that. Cheeky Rose says, hey X, are you going to build another building? Oh yes, definitely. In the city of maybe I will do. This is delicious. This is helping my throat. X, please go look at B-Dub's tunnel, says Dr. Toast. I'll do that in today's episode, so don't you worry about it. Joe Plain Jordan is here resubscribing for 3 months in a row saying, when will your tea be ready? It's ready right now, my friend. I'm literally sipping it as I read your message. Paper Cat says, seriously, who's the bad guy here? Like, I understand that putting tax on quartz mine close to their nether portal is kind of absurd, but people are just going to them on purpose to poke at them. Paper Cat, it's all just fun and games, you know. It's all a little bit of fun, you know. If we're not recording a video, we're all hanging out and having a chat or whatever. Like, it's just a bit of fun, all of that stuff. You don't need to take it too seriously. Britain says, X, have revenge on the NHO by hiring yourself out to B-Dubs to finish the leaves on his massive tree, but then do it with achacha leaves. The achacha leaves might look good, you don't know. The Sausage says, really X, that is horrible. I hope you die for that. Joke just for the pun. Yes, die. You hope I die with colours. I hope I have a colourful death. Vicar of Dibley has resubscribed for 9 months in a row. Thank you so much for resubscribing. Cookie Ninja Show has subscribed. Thank you for subscribing. Saying, finally caught a stream early enough to subscribe. Been watching you since Hermitcraft Season 1. Wow, old school. Keep up the awesome work, X. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that. Quadsy says, when you have 1,000+ viewers, you read my comment. When it is less than 1,000, you don't read it. How? That's really simple. That's really simple to answer. I pick out messages at random, so anything can happen. Alright, please don't die on me, power system. I desperately... Is that all we got? Is that all we got? I also don't have my logging axe, my modded logging axe. Oh, I do have vein miner, so that doesn't matter. Right, I'm going to turn you off again because I'm worried. I'm worried that it's all going to die. This right here is actually a spruce tree. A spruce tree. Thanks for all the things automatically in my inventory. Okay, that was kind of slow. There we go. That might be a spruce tree as well. No, it's clearly not. It's clearly firwood. We don't like firwood around here. We don't take kindly to firwood around here. It gets chopped down, okay? Let's chuck those things in. Let's... I don't think you twerk. Yeah, you just do that. You just... Bam! Spruce! Spruce! That's loads of spruce. Okay, let's move onwards and upwards and head back to the city maybe. Oh, no. We want to grab something else from our storage system first. Cuplex says, my suggestion for your power. Build different power systems such as one out of slime, one using lava, one using coal. This way if one fails, at least your whole base won't go down. No, that's not the problem. I'm telling you now, I've already got 3 power systems and like they all fail constantly. Well, it's technically 2, but like 3 different power sources and it still fails. I just think it's something to do with chunk loading or like when you go offline. Like I don't know. Like refined storage dies a lot. I've noticed. Like exporters and stuff just stop working. I think I was looking for stone. Ew. Oh, we scrolled down. There we go. That's more like it. So, they make really nice panels, don't they? They're the blocks that we used on the out. They might make a nice floor surface. Oh yes, they might. Let's grab that, some regular stone, and then maybe something slightly different. No, we shall just take those ones. Ah, here's a problem. These things should be getting automatically destroyed, and they're not again. Yeah, it's exporters and importers. They keep freezing. The noises keep rolling in. We've got to get to the city, and maybe. There we go. Jill Dave says, X for power, try the rainbow gen. All you need is one of every EU2 gens running, but it's so powerful. That sounds like that could be problematic to make a farm for all the different type of generators and keep them all running. Spangleboo has donated saying, taking time off to do other things is just as important as keeping a schedule. A happy X makes good content. I love the Hermitcraft replay thing you did. Taking time between uploads would help take the pressure off and give more time to impress us. Well, that was my plan. That was literally my plan. And I thought, like, okay, I'm going to take Mondays off for definite from this point on. But it just so happens other things have just piled up on top of me during that time. So I take the time off, and it's like someone's then gone and taken that away. But I'm serious about the whole work hard for something. Like, seriously, you guys, if you guys were to go back and look at how many, I don't know, live streams I've missed or videos I haven't uploaded, like, there's not a lot. I absolutely, like, make sure I'm on point with this stuff. And the reason why, because I love doing it, but because if you're not consistent, it's harder to establish yourself and make sure you can do this. And I'm talking years. There was a time where this wasn't my job and this was like a hobby, and I worked really, really hard at it, and enjoyed it, of course. But that side of it where you're disciplined about it, that's really important. I do that with running, I do that with weightlifting, I do that with music, all the things that I love, I'd be disciplined about. Like guitar, make sure you practice for an hour every day, because that will reward you in the long run. If you don't treat it like that, if you're like, oh, you know, I don't feel like playing today, well, on the days that you do, you're not going to be as good enough, and you're not going to be able to enjoy it as much. That's the way I feel about things. What am I looking at? I've just gone off. Assuming I've just started giving a speech, haven't I? I've just started, like, getting all roused and stuff. Right, what are we going to type here? Stairs. That'll... Yes, these ones. Hi. We like you. Please come into our inventory. We need quite a few of you. Why not purchase power from Stress Scale and use the dimensional transceivers to power your base? I think the idea is not to use a dimensional transceiver. Oh, is that what they're selling? Yeah, well, I need power in here. Well, I kind of don't. That's the weird thing. Like, I will buy power from them just for the fun of it, but I don't know what I'd actually use it for. Now, this isn't spoilers anymore. If you saw our last stream, it was a bit of a disaster. I saw someone moving, went and looked at what they were doing. I'd spoiled all of this. Is that a screen? It is. Okay. They're using screens. Maybe that's something we should do in our base. Although our one is trying to be 1920s. I don't know if they've got dimensional transceivers in here or anything. Doesn't look like it. Wrong way. We're going this way. Josh Cummings says, do you have any tips for YouTubers that are stuck on 120 to 200 subscribers? I've been doing YouTubers for 3 years as a hobby, and my content is good but isn't recognised. Okay, well, I hate to break this to you, but the content might not be good. Not saying it isn't, but that's something you gotta consider. Is that it might not be as good as you think it is. That might be a reason you're stuck on 100 to 200. Another reason. Oh, what happened here? Hi. Oh, weird lag spike. Another reason could literally be that your content is amazing and great, and you're just not getting the right CEO kind of strategy down, or, you know, tagging videos. There's all sorts of metrics and stuff that are important. Jeez, this is annoying to place. So my advice is, if you're doing it for 3 years and nothing's changed, you've got to change what you're doing. You've got to try. It's like, maybe for a month at a time, try a different strategy, try a different way of, you know, promoting your videos, labeling them, etc. Different tags that you're going for, all that kind of stuff. Just keep changing it up until you find something that works. I mean, I've been very blessed to actually have grown from the beginning, but I've always tried to shake it up and learn new things and change the way I do tags, and I've learned to watch and see what happens in return and then work with that. You know, I said it before, like, people talk about clickbait and stuff like that. It's, yeah, there's some stuff that you look at and it comes, oh, why am I going over here? It comes across as being a bit clickbaity, but everyone's trying to clickbait, really. Some people do it by, you know, making thumbnails that look really interesting. Some people do it by being misleading. If you want to succeed on this platform, you gotta bring people to your videos. You gotta encourage them to come and watch, and that's something I've always done. Like, I've tried to take what I enjoy doing it and then frame it in the way that I think will work well on YouTube, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Do you use Discord? Asuma says, Plussy, I do. I do use Discord. Clickbait is a cheap way, says Cookie Ninja Show. It might be, like, it's when we say clickbait, we kind of think of the instant negativity side of it, right? But the thing is, some people that do like clickbait videos, let's say, if you think about the production time of the video, there's actually quite a lot of effort that goes into stuff sometimes, you know. Depends what you're thinking of, though. You might not be thinking of the same thing I'm thinking of. How do we change this quarried stone? So there's a recipe for it. What's the uses? I'm sure... Oh, you got to smelt it to turn it into quarried block. I want to use that stuff. I like those tiles. We've got some of them down below. I think they're going to fit in this area. Quadzy says X your RF controller is on and use the overhead power thing. 1 stack of coal equals 2 million power. I do not know what you just said. I'll just be completely honest. I didn't understand that. That just made my brain... Oh, there's this wonderful GIF somewhere on the internet of, like, it looks into someone's brain and there's just like these Mickey Mouse cartoon characters dancing, swinging their arms from side to side. That's how I feel sometimes. There's literally... Oh no, not all of them. Not all of them. We'll keep a stack, thanks. Ah, someone's finally used these item conduits and put upgrades in them, yes. There were hoppers here, which just slowed the whole thing down before. Right, let's go up top. X is such a derp today, says Sophia. Yep. The music is kind of loud too, says Vladimir. I've been tweaking my system settings a little bit, and it is a fraction louder than I'd normally set it, so tune that down a little bit. Do you have a fan server on Discord, says Manavigo. I don't have a fan one, but there is the public one with XVS, play.asumavoid.com. Oh, that is a wonderful tea. I'm glad I chose to sip on it. Zontro has subscribed for 7 months in a row using Twitch Prime. Thank you ever so much for your subscription. Also, Jimmy 2901 resubscribing for 7 months in a row using Twitch Prime as well. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that ever so much. The Emerald Skater says, Asuma, why do you use Twitch? That is a great question, because Twitch was the thing to stream on when I started choosing to stream on it. Okay, now this staircase is great, but for someone who flies around a lot, it's kind of a pain in the bum. We should probably hide some elevator blocks for ourselves, so that can remain aesthetic, so to speak. Alright, so I'm literally thinking these tiled floors like that would look kind of cool. I think it makes the spruce look a little bit contrasted, or contrasty, I'm not sure what way around I'd say that. We are so going to need a diamond wand of some sort. I really should have a diamond. I'm going to see if there's one in the communal bit. I'm having trouble flying today. That's really weird. Can you paint elevator blocks, says Squeaky Greed. That's a good question. I think you can, but I think you can't change it to something like glowstone or a block that has another property. I don't know, I tried to do something with it once that it didn't like. Diamonds? Are there diamonds in here? There are, thank goodness. And we need sticks. Sticks and stones may break my bones. Words will hurt you too. That's what I say. Right, let's go up here. Oh, that was that way around. There we go. The derps are continuing, says Paper. Are they? I'm not picking up on these derps. There's something we need to do out the front, which is make a little bit of a logo for the shop. Maybe that's something you guys can help with. Some sort of like simple, easy to build logo, you know, that we can put out the front. Something like maybe kind of shapy. I think this will work, what we're doing here. It means we're going to need a ton of this stuff. I know where to get it now, though. You just got to fly out in the world and look for it. So that is one entire floor with those panels. I think we'll go with that. I think we'll end up putting things in the ground to make it look a little nicer. That's very clean. We do need to see what it looks like on the ceiling as well as the floor, because we may end up like doing some chisel and bitsy stuff if it don't look too great. Spangle Boo is here with a donation saying, "Are you sure Evil Assume is not your friend, seeing as you can get him to come and help you? My nemesis, Evil Boo, only shows up when I least expect it to, cause mischief and blow things up. How did you get such a good bond between you and Evil X?" There is no bond between me and Evil X. It's just if you say, look, there's these things that need killing, he'll turn up. You know, it's not easy. It's not easy to get along with him. But if there's slaughtering involved, he'll turn up and help. That's Evil X for you. Right, so we needed more of that stuff. Wasn't there something else I was just thinking about doing? I think literally... No. My brain's very dead today. Let's go exploring. Let's go get some more of that stuff. In order to do so, though, I will need to store some things in this to go back into our storage system. And I need my sleeping bag. Right, so things to go back into storage. Spruce. Oh, why would they go... Why would that go? Oh no, I know, it's not a refined storage system. Right, that can go back in my pouch. That, just throw it away. Oh, that one doesn't want to go back though for some reason. Yeah, I think what we'll do that, put some things in the diamond chest. Paper Cat says, I'm guessing about 50% of how he forgot to turn RS on off the RS controller. Did I forget to turn it off? Well, whatever. Whatever is what I say at this point. Okay, that's far better. Now we got some decent inventory space. You can go in here. You can go in there as well. And then we'll sleep and we'll go... Yeah, we'll go get some of that stuff. We'll have to fly around and look for it. Eat, you're very hungry in your character, says the Emerald. I'm also very hungry in IRL. It won't be long before I have some food. My brain's very dead today, says Assume. Sorry, says Raven, quoting me there. Yes, that's what I said. It is very dead today. X, you need to eat, by the way. Yes, I just took care of that. Levy Boy says, do you work out? Yes, I do. I do weightlifting. I do it very consistently. PunKPK says, what's with the YouTube algorithm promoting channels run by celebs or people who have money in general, and the direction of YouTube is headed in general? It's really hard for small YouTubers to grow, and they can't put as much effort in as they used to because of the ad apocalypse and how ads are so scarce. If your content is not completely friendly, you're kind of screwed. Yeah, that's absolutely true. And it's weird, you know, like I don't know really how to put this sort of line of thought, but I don't know. It feels like when you're on YouTube, you're kind of like, oh my god, the dogs are barking outside. That's a massive amount to get in one go. That's probably all we need, actually. Let's head back. So you're very isolated. You're very like individualized on YouTube, and you kind of work for a faceless organization. And when they make these changes that affect other creators and stuff, there's not like a support network, or there's not a lot of you know, community or connectedness on that front. So everyone's just sort of working off the whim of what's happening behind the scenes. And over time, you know, this community definitely started up as the outsider, and the thing that made it great were people doing stuff that wasn't like mainstream media. But slowly they like conform to the way that mainstream media organizes things. And one of the things I dislike most about YouTube is their little announcement videos where they talk about changes that they've made, and they put all these like sparkly, you know, happy dappy music on with, you know, all these smiley employees. Oh, it's so great, look at what YouTube's doing. and it's just like a blatant front. And some of you will remember, who remembers YouTube Heroes? Whatever happened to that? What a god-awful idea where they clearly didn't consult anyone in the YouTube community. And then when it came out, it was so unpopular. Like, it just disappeared, the whole YouTube Heroes thing. So YouTube's a strange one. It's like, it's great, but it's also kind of awful as well. And because you're always like an individual within that, I think really what I was trying to say is that it just depends on how you're treated. If I woke up tomorrow and, like, you know, all of a sudden my views were cut down to 10%, and like some algorithm change had shafted me, then it's like, you know, it's like then you're outraged, but you're sort of not outraged by what's happening to other people because everyone's so disconnected, and it's like you're kind of aware that people are going to suffer, but you don't know who those people are. Maybe you happen to watch one of the channels where they're like, oh, you know, we're suffering big time at the moment. Hey X, I am new in Foolcraft. What are the mods? Says Hydrug. I'm sure there's a place you can go and look it up online. There's loads of them in this pack, and I'm the last person to tell you about it because I'm a bit of a newbie when it comes to mods. Okay, there we go. So now, what does the floor look like when you have it above and below? That looks really good. Actually, that looks really nice. This will be the office floor. We'll have to put some lighting in here somewhere. That looks really good. I'm well happy with that. These little dents in the wall, I was going to get rid of them, but actually I feel like we should fill in the gap with spruce and just leave them there. They're kind of cool. Well, that's nice. I'm glad that one worked out. Let's go do the one above then. Hey X, can you do Minecraft server non-premium? Mine best, play.asumervoid.com. Non-premium Minecraft server for you. Oh, I think I know what you mean by non-premium now. No. If you mean like hacked client and all that sort of like pirated download, I don't support that. So the upper levels are not for customers, says Bruzy. That's correct. This is just gonna... We're not gonna spend a massive amount of time on this. We're gonna put a little bit of detail in up here just to make it feel a bit lived in. But yeah, these floors are not for customers. Bam, we will take those. Thank you very much. Looking sick, love it, says Psycho Killer. I'm glad you enjoy it. Sorry, X, in my opinion, these floors and ceiling are awful. I don't like the tile stuff, says Nougat Orc. That's quite alright. It's not for everyone, is it? I will say I'm looking at it with a little bit of like what will fit the space in mind, you know, as opposed to it just being a big empty room. I can see some things that will go into there. We've got to finish those tanks at some point. Oh, goodness me. Spectrum says, hey X, got any tips on building? I play on PS4 and I can't build to save my life. Lol. Need help, thanks. There are tutorials you can go and watch. And, you know, the real thing is probably not to tell yourself you can't build. It's just to keep trying. Every time you build something that looks rubbish, you know, build the same thing again, but then try and make it look better. Maybe literally build it next to it. You know, you've got to be kind of proactive and you've got to be thinking, what can I do here? And when it comes to building, it's really just a case of keep trying and keep learning, because if you keep building, you'll sort of pick up eventually, oh, flat roofs, they don't look very good, so I'm going to make my roof slope now. And then eventually you'll learn, oh, roofs kind of look good if you do it like this. You sort of slowly pick up an arsenal, but you just have to keep trying. And watching, you know, tutorials and other people build, you can pick up tips as well. Sloffadillo says, hey X, any tips for design? Same sort of thing again. You know, I watch Good Times with Scarstream, and like if you ask him for tips on building or like design, he'll get straight to the good stuff. He'll tell you like some really great tips, and it's like, oh wow, that's kind of really useful. But me, I'm not like that, because I'm Mr. like work hard. It's like, it's I can't do this thing, therefore I will just keep trying over and over again. I forgot to take derp. That was okay. That was an official derp. Okay, so lots of people have been telling me I've been derping a lot today. Maybe I'm so derpy I don't notice, but that'll be our second official derp of the stream. I'd like to see some derp faces in chat just to confirm the derpiness there. That was kind of ridiculous that I forgot to take these items out, and now we got them so we can go back over there. Tutorials, says Favri. Yep, that's how I say it. Thank you for the derp faces in chat. Appreciate that, everyone. They look super duper cool. We have Some bits here. Zeldron is here doing a cheer, throwing bits at me, saying, great stream so far. I have a quick question, if I may. I became a patron today, hoping to join you and the other patrons on your patron server. I was unaware that I had to do so before the 1st. Will I get whitelisted this month? If not so, it will be a huge bummer. But I look forward to joining your awesome people regardless. Keep up the good work, Suma. The answer is that you won't be whitelisted until next month. That's the way things currently run. That might change in the future, but for the foreseeable future, yeah, if you pledge, you have to wait until the following month. So if you pledge at the end of the month, then it'll just be a few days. If you pledge at, you know, like the beginning of a month, you have to wait until the next one. That's just the way that Patreon works. You can actually set it up differently, but Patreon is I'll be quite honest and blunt, like not a great service really for someone who is a creator. But the thing with Patreon is it's very much, I've talked about this before, it's very much a psychological thing, I think, more than anything. I was one of the first people to do a paid channel that I'm aware of in sort of my community or outreach, you know, channels I'm aware of. I was one of the first people to do a paid channel, and I got just horrific backlash from it. I got called a money grub, all these kinds of horrible things. And then Patreon came along, and all of a sudden, like, you give it a different term, you give it a different name, and people like understand the concept a lot more, just naturally. And yeah, Patreon was, you know, people were happy to help you and support you, but when it was called a paid channel, I got called lots of nasty names. That's just the way it is sometimes. But yeah, but when you're on Patreon as a content creator, the tools they give you are awful, like, and they don't work. Every single month, I will have to deal with people saying, "Look, I pledged and I'm not on the whitelist," and I'll go look at it, and it's like, "Yep, they've been slow to update you, basically. So I can do that for you now, but it told me, you know, a moment ago that you weren't pledged." It's ridiculous. I kind of really want to fix that, but you need to like do coding and stuff to fix those kind of problems. Let's go up here and fix some of those bits with Chisel on Bits. Mage Minecraft NL says, "Hi, X just joined. What are you doing?" We're just working on the floors up here. Zeldon says, "Funny how that works." It is, yeah, it's a bit funny, but it's, if you think about it, it's psychology more than anything. It's just a psychological thing. Right, let's go and do this. Hi. No. Oh, I placed one bit. That's the wrong thing. There we go. So now we've got that in that corner, looking pretty cool. We have... Did I read the... Oh, yes, I did. Zeldon, thank you for your cheer. Appreciate that. Age... Oh, I can never say your name. AJ. AJ is here with a donation saying, X just wanted to say that you're an awesome individual and a fantastic content creator. The community you have fostered through your work is second to none. I have made some incredible, hopefully lifelong friends because of you. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for the donation. Yeah, like, a lot of people comment on the community that's around me. It makes sense that, like, your community will naturally be an extension of you. Feels a little bit weird to say that out loud, to be honest, sometimes, but yeah, it makes complete sense. There's a channel that I really like. I won't name them because it's kind of meanish in a way. There's a channel that I really like. I've enjoyed them for a long time. But whenever I go and like go near their insular community, it's really toxic. It's just full of swearing and like people saying obnoxious things, like, and in a way that is an extension of them because their sense of humor is very obnoxious and absurd. So yeah, it kind of makes sense that there's this wonderful community, but there's other people that make the community wonderful as well. It's not just me. There's some amazing moderators and people who have, you know, got the right attitude, that have been given power and helped create, you know, a great community. Not only just in Patreon and, you know, Twitch as well. You know, I go to some Twitch chats and all I see is swearing and like disgusting stuff, and I'm like, oh, like why? Why does it have to be like that? Whereas on here it's usually very pleasant, which is great. I love to see that. Thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for being so well behaved and like-minded. I appreciate it. I should thank all of you really, because it is always nice to have a pleasant Twitch chat. Okay, this floor is the easy floor when it comes to figuring out what I want to do with these gaps, it would appear. It's also kind of... I should probably sleep. Let's do that. Thank you for your donation, buddy. Appreciate that. Oh, what just happened? Did I equip that to my head or something? And then it put me... Oh, no. And now we're stuck. Leave... Oh, I wanted to see what happened. That was so weird. Oh... Jan.com says, I've never understood why some streamers seem to surround themselves with toxicity and swearing. It just seems so unwelcoming to me. I think there's a bit of like there's this attitude of oh, I just don't give a fudge. Like there's something to that kind of stepping over the line and being, you know, swearing and saying stuff like that I think people find comforting. Because there's like when people like I listen to some bands where like they say, yeah, I just don't give a fudge and all this, and it's like I used to really like that, but then over time I realised actually I give a fudge so much that everything's so confusing that you feel like saying that instead, you know, because you care about the world, you care about all this stuff. Yeah, it just seems to be madness out there, and I wonder if that they feel that way. It's like a similar thing, or if I'm on my own there or whatever, but. Yeah, I feel like sometimes someone saying something like that might not be quite what you think it is. So people who surround themselves with that kind of stuff may actually be looking for something different to what it is they're saying, which sounds strange, but I don't know, maybe I'm just thinking too much now, maybe I'm just waffling. People like to try to act cool, says Zeldon. Yeah, but when you phrase it like that, you kind of like make it sound a little bit demeaning. At least I'm not saying you make it sound like that. When someone says something like that, I think it sounds like it might be a bit demeaning. Oh, you're just trying to be cool or whatever. But people naturally want to try and fit in and may not be aware that they're following a trend or doing something because, you know, they're trying to fit in or whatever. It's all psychology and stuff like that. Why would you give fudge away, says Shapedia. I'm replacing a word. Come on, you know that. You know that. Kronos says, fudge my life, but what is life? Life is one giant fudge cake. There's a quote. Someone will quote that. Oh. Spangleboo is here, doing a cheer, throwing some bits at me, saying, hooray for the patrons. Hooray for the patrons. Patrons, if you're watching again, you know I appreciate your support ever so much. Spangleboo, thank you for your cheering and your bitsing and all of that. I appreciate it. You're cheering and your bitsing. It sounds so weird, I know. Okay, I feel like we've done this floor. We're going to come back here with some of these bricks and fill in those gaps. That's something else we're going to do. We need lighting in here. Oh, these floors look great. I like this a lot. Okay, we've done this one. I think we're doing the one above next. X, please stop making me hungry, says JG. I could really eat food today. I'll make you hungry now. Today I just knew. Today's one of those days where I'm going to be hungry all day long. I've already eaten like a bread roll for breakfast and I feel well hungry. There it is. Undead Power says life is one giant fudge cake. Assume avoid 2017. Paper Cat says we were thinking of getting a new cat and my brother came up with Fudge as a name. Fudge would be a great name for a cat. I love it when people give their pets slightly comical names. Like you probably wouldn't appreciate it yourself, but you know in a way that like a dog or a cat probably has no conception of like humour in a name or something like that. They just hear Fudge and they're like, that's me. Like, so it's kind of like nice and adorable, but Giving pets silly names, I like that. That's cool. Alright, this is worked out really well. We're going to grab some of these blocks next, I think, and then we'll be on to lighting after that. We have a donation here, a noise in the ear, from Rasinka1984 saying, hi X, loving this stream and actually managed to catch one live. Does YouTube Red help support content creators? Absolutely, yeah. YouTube Red is great. If you have thought about it or considering it or whatever, go for it. YouTube Red does look like a really great thing. I believe if you have YouTube Red as an average or maybe even bigger than average viewer, It brings more income to your content creators, and it removes the ads, which like we all love advertising, of course, because it's like the economy of the internet. But that, you know, that helps too. I really want to get YouTube Red because there's like, I don't mind watching ads to support the people I watch, but there's a lot of times where I'm like skipping through my own videos or trying to find something, like reference something, or yeah, like I need to get something from a video because I'm making a compilation or something like that, right? And I have to flick through my own videos watching ad after ad, and it kind of gets a little bit tedious. It's like, hey, I made these, why do I have to watch ads on them? Oh. Anyway, let's go swap those over. Keep filling in these gaps. This build is amazing, says Vladimir. Thank you, I appreciate that. By the way, 1,100 people tuning in. Thank you everyone for coming by. Hope you're not annoyed by the morning voice. I believe that my voice is getting better, but at the same time, I've got to be careful because I've had trouble with my voice streaming a lot lately, really. It keeps dying on me, basically. So these top windows here give me a very basement-y vibe. Considering it's the top floor, it's not great. So we've now just filled in all of that. A good place to put lighting might be in here. And I've actually got a really good idea for what we could use as a light source in here. But I'll hand it over to you guys. What do you think we should use for light sources? I believe... Does DecoCraft light blocks emit lights? Like, if I type light in here, will some of these things actually emit? Those don't. Yeah, those don't emit light. Lamps probably actually don't emit light either, now that I think about it. Probably nothing does. Oh, I can't press escape. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna drink some more of this tea. Use painted glowstone, says Cheeky Bros. Yeah, yeah. But what block are we going to make emit light then? That's the next question. What about a skylight above the staircase, says Slav? A good idea. A good idea. I think if this wasn't such a build focused around, like, you know, 1920s, I would do that. If it were a Minecrafty thing, take advantage of the Minecraft mechanics. But this is a 1920s build, so I feel like... Oh, apparently the DecoCraft lamps do emit light, says Hester Fisk. Thank you. Let's actually use the tabs here, because there might be one specifically for... What was on MISC? Oh, trash bin. I like that there's colours there. Let's make one of those and throw it down. What else is there? There's roady stuff here. I'm going to go put a roadwork barrier outside. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so this thing... Ah, right. No, that's not really a colour thing, is it? It's just a trash can with a red lid, a very red lid. So I could put this like... Ah, look at that, it's not quite on the floor, but it'll fit the height of the path. I'll leave it there and see if Scar notices it and see what he thinks of it. I'll leave it there for him. He'll see it. X, why don't you put the entire sun in there? That's an interesting set. Let's just put the sun inside it. I mean, isn't the sun bigger than the building? I imagine it's bigger than the building. Oh. Okay, so we got doors. I mean, are we gonna like divide any of those floors up? We might have like an office space up there. So we've got food, holiday, kitchen, lighting. So these things will probably emit light then. And do we have one that we can... Oh, what's that? That might be our one. That might be our one. But do we have something that goes off the side of a wall? A candle? I don't feel that's quite right. No, this might be our one. Let's go check this thing out. Ooh, you don't want to go there, do you? No, you don't. Why is that? Is it because it's a half block? Oh, that kind of sucks. And it doesn't emit... it doesn't emit light either. Well, that's probably a little bit too big for this room. I don't feel like I want to make a chisel and bits thing at the moment. If you chisel torches, there's a gas lamp one. Gas lamp. What, on here? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Gas cylinder, wow. I don't think we can chisel torches on this one. Oh, people are saying right click it. Okay, yes sir. Hi. Yes, then it emits light. Okay, so this is too big, but we'll place it anyway and find out. Cool, we need an elevator block thing soon. We really need that. Maybe up by 2? 3. It'll be up by 3 blocks. So that, to me, is too big for this room. Because we're going to have, like, several of them. It's a bit too low hanging. Ah, it's a shame, that is. Let's go look at something else. Kronos says meow meow. Meow 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 to you. Right, let's go to the light thing again. So there are chandeliers, they really won't work. Candlesticks. Maybe that on the wall isn't a terrible idea? It feels a bit weird to put candles in here. And then all of these are desk lamps, which I do want to have in the office space. There's a hanging lamp there. That looks even bigger than the last one, doesn't it? But let's hope that maybe it's actually smaller. There's another one there, actually. Industrial ceiling lamp. Hello. Hopefully these are smaller in scale. Ooh, that is smaller. And that one, you actually do that way round. That's kind of weird. Okay, this one you place that way. Huh. Isn't that odd that they place different ways? So let's go put this one in here. Now that's nicer. Yeah, that one will work if this one isn't any better. Okay, now this one we have to place blocks below. 2, 3. I think 3 is the one. Ooh. I don't like it, actually. I don't like it very much. Nah, we're going to go with that one. Hanging lamp is our jam. Yes, that one's going to be perfect. Godzilla says, X, you need a picture of a cat in your office in your building. Lol. There is ways to add pictures from the internet into the game. So someone could send me a picture of a cat and we could put it up there. But I don't know how to do that. But let's have a look at paintings. Like, does this add? No, this is... Well, actually, we can't see what they are. There might be more paintings in this thing. So anyway, we're looking for... oh, a hanging thing. There it is. And we are going to chuck you in here. Is there any other bits? No. So let's have 4 per ceiling. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And see if that helps. And let's eat some food as well. You can use images and put them in screens, says Cheeky Bros. That'll be the one. Screens is the way to do it. And I fell off. Azrael says, does anyone have a picture of a cat on the internet anywhere? I don't know. I don't know if they would, you know. Like, if I were to go look for a picture of a cat, I wouldn't go to the internet. I mean, internet's pretty useless for those sorts of things. Right, let's line this up so it's in line with those things. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Okay, now we've got to turn them on. Bam. Click on you with a sleeping bag. We never saw what happened. I shift clicked like, oh, look. Look at me. Look at me. That's what happens. You can shift it on there and it automatically sleeps. That's kind of weird. And did we do that one? There we go. Let's take out the middle one. And I really think that's enough light for the room. It is a bit dim in the corners, but that's awesome. Well, let's go and set this up on the other floors. Cats aren't the sort of thing you find on the Inter. Just on the Inter, says Undead Power. Now this one is a little bit different, this floor, because that's going to be lower down now. I might come back and remove this later and make this the floor with all the officey stuff, so there'll be like lots of light sources on the desks and things like that. This is going to be great though, man. This is like, it feels like we've set up our business and we're going to be moving in to the new office very soon, you know. I really like these gaps. I'm so going to keep those. They look really good. Maybe not so much in the corners, but in general they look pretty cool. Lamp is off center, someone says. That is lined up. Lined up. Nope, it's all good. It might be off center, but it's lined up the way I wanted it to be. That's pretty good. Isn't those too low, says Ashriel. That's what I was just saying. Like, we may not keep them on this floor because they're a bit lower down. This floor's taller, so it kind of looks really good in there. Oh, that one's off-center. Aha. Well then, we shall correct that. Turn this thing on. Held, says X, you could use those subtle little lights you used the other day in your base on the top floor. Subtle little lights. I think I know what ones you're talking about. The Ender IO lights. I don't think they'd fit this theme very well. And this is going to have the same problem. This is another short floor, so we'll put them in for now, and we might change them later. There it is. They look both in line. There's another one. Bam! How about that? They're too low as well, aren't they? It's only the first floor that it's properly going to fit. It's looking really cool. I got a Cobalt chicken, says Destroyer. Well done. That's valuable, that chicken. Do you like Mumbo, says Elon Katz. No, I hate Mumbo. I hate it when he forces me to make a video of him. No, me and Mumbo are good friends, and we just recently recorded a video together. 85th Street. There's two of these now. 85th Street. Oh, there's a little arrow pointing the other way. That's cool. Does that mean this one's going to have a sign to tell us what that street is? That's a very American thing. Over here in England, every street has a name, not a number. Fans downstairs can be lit up, says... Oh! Aidencraft, thank you. Oh, goodness me, of course they can. No, can they? Oh, no, they're just ceiling fans. They don't emit light. Anyway, I really like the lighting level down here. It's very cozy feeling. Another thing I wanted to work on was these windows, like making display cases for them. So I feel like with these bags, these are really great. We should make a little room. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to pick you up and put you away. We should make a little room here. Not a room, sorry, a little area where all of these are grouped together. These different, well, are they sacks? Yeah. And then we need something to go in the windows. So the balloons might change position in this room. And I think maybe we should have like a little rail. Do you know what? False has got a rail. We could probably build one really easy using chisel and bits here. That's a very nice design. Hawk says, hi X, it looks great, thank you. I love so much this town, says Olivity. It's great, isn't it? It's looking, and to think we haven't got very far with it yet as well. It's just sort of starting. There's going to be a building here, a building there, and one over on that side. And after I've done with this one, I want to build one with Ren. I'm going to ask Ren to do the Iscoins Bank with me. Timber Blue says, X, wait, what exactly are you selling? Dye or deco craft objects? I'm selling dyes, and I'm selling deco benches, and I'm selling deco bench filler packs that will fill all of this to the top and all of your clay to the top as well. That was the general idea. Okay, so a deco bench comes filled up. Like, sorry, what I mean is if you were to break this, it would retain all of this information, I believe. So maybe I'll sell them, just sell deco benches that are filled up with dye and clay. Okay, anyway, so what are we going to search for? Sack is the name of it. So if we grab, we don't actually have a lot of choice. So I think we'll take the other colourful ones. Sack of curry. That's great. Sack of ginger. Maybe flour. And then maybe something darker. Yeah, we're going to take those ones. Okay, so the green one's going to have to go. Because I want to build a little fence like round like that. So let's have you on the inside. Oh, let's somewhere in there. It should be able to fit in, surely. Huh. Oh, we'll put... Oh, no, go on. Yep, no. There we go. Hi. We need a space for you. They're very fussy, these things. Jeez, talk about fussy. That is really fussy. Oh, okay. That's weird how, like, it kind of looks like it shouldn't go there, but all of a sudden it decides, nah, I can fit in that space. Sweet. Do we have 2 green sacks? And it's green tea. We like green tea. We'll take one of those back then. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Little arrangement of colourful things over here. And then we just want to make a little border fence. I think we're going to make it out of basalt. Yes, out of basalt. Alright, it's time to get chisel and bitsing, people. Put on your chisel and bits cap. Hold shift, says Captain Games. I was doing that, I think. Or maybe I wasn't. Let's try and place one down again. Oh. Did it just give me the option to place... Weird. Weird. I don't know, that was me holding shift. Punk PK says, I think to use... I used to think I was indecisive, but now I'm not too sure. That's a good joke, I like that one. That's a good one. Sugar King says, hey X, I want to draw something. Could you give me an idea? I wanted to come up with something wacky and crazy, but my brain quite ain't there yet. Draw yourself drawing a machine that creates... Draw yourself drawing a drawing of you making a machine that creates drawings of you making a machine to make drawing ideas. How about that? Well, that's probably frazzled your brain now. I will take no responsibility for the frazzling of brains, thank you. Let's go to draw. I don't think this is the right texture, actually. I think we need something a little bit plainer. Probably need a little bit of thickness to this as well. Like, I was thinking a little railing like this might look cool. But I'm not so sure now. I think maybe we'll stick with the dark oak texture. Then it can actually be a natural extension. And we can kind of use that dark... Ooh, yes, no. Let's... Hi. Bye. Let's go do that. That's actually a really cool idea. Dark oak, where you be? What's going on, dark oak? Where are we at? We're there. Talking to it like it's a thing or something. Jeez. Natural God says, love the idea, X. Zalamana says, might as well say draw a headache. Well, there's an idea. Try and draw a headache without drawing a head or a person. Like, try and create a headache using other things. That's a really great idea, actually. Try and draw a human emotion without any, like, humanistic things, like a person or, yeah, like a person. What else would sort of make it obvious? I don't know. Like, how would you draw an emotion without drawing a person? Paranor says, headache without a head, a vice on a neck. It's kind of brilliant. Anyway, let's go grab the right material. It's that one there. Let's put this thing in the right position, which should actually be on the outside of that space now, because that will line up perfectly with this wall. So we are going to chisel this thing into oblivion, or not. Okay, there it is. There it is. We need it to be one higher. Oh, you're not on the same wavelength. There we go. So we get that dark bit there. Now we should, I reckon, draw region. And go like that. Bam, very nice. And then from here down to there. Bam. Now we want to kind of copy that, I think. Yeah, let's copy it. Usually I try and get it all finished first, but let's do this a little different today. I would draw taxes for a headache, says Vino. Well, yeah, you could put all the things that give you a headache in the same, like, place. And then you would have, you know... Ooh. Oh, I see. It's... Hang on. What the... Oh, right, of course. It's this block here. Yeah, draw all the things that give you a headache and show it to someone and see if it makes sense to them as well. I don't know. Okay, yeah, that's kind of cool, but you kind of when you look over it here, you see that texture. You only get it on the front when you look at it from this side. So maybe a plainer material would have been better, but That's not what we're here to worry about. Okay, so now let's go to the line. Ooh. So that goes downwards rather than up. I was hoping that would go up. Maybe we have to like remove a block here to make it go up. I do not know what I'm doing all of a sudden. I think I was trying to get underneath this. We have a donation here, Noise in the Ear, from Spangleboo, saying turquoise is the best colour. It's scientifically proven. Scientifically proven. Significantly, it almost works. That's a good one. I like it. It almost works. I can't say it does work. I think it almost works, but it's a good one. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate the joke and the gesture. Oh, so whatever side we do it from, it's just deciding it's going to go downwards. Well, that's kind of rude if you ask me. Oh, no, it's deciding it's going... Well, talk about confusing. Okay, so that's like a whole segment. So let's say you got a gap of 1, 2, then 1, 2 like that. Over here, 1, 2, boom, boom, 1, 2, boom, 1, 2, boom. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Alright then, so we will take that and we shall impose, I believe. Let's impose our will upon this block. That is pretty spectacular. Ooh, I like that a lot actually. That's kind of great. That'll do just fine then. Well, let's go and use the line. Can we do a line across that block? Oh, okay, that's kind of helpful. Might be a little bit quicker to do that with the little positive chisel tool, but well, especially here on the corner. Here's what we're going to do on the corner. Let's build a line up there. Bam. Then we need a single bit, and then the line again. And we built the corner. How painless was that? That was pretty sweet. Sorry, 8 Brovis. Why X? There's no X on the screen where I'm looking. 8 Brovis says certainly is a kind of grate. It is a bit of a grate. It's a bit of a fence as well. I like it. It feels like what I wanted to be there is now there. That's awesome. So you can sort of look into that area. It might actually be beneficial to put that over on this space as well, but I think our tanks are going to be very much like an open display over here. Okay, so fill that in. This corner's getting there. Feel like maybe there's another object or something from DecoCraft we could throw in. Lost MCPE minor says this is boring. If it's boring, man, move on. Like, you don't have to. I'm not forcing you to stay here, man. It's not everyone's cup of tea. I'm aware of that. These wood blocks are colourful. Let's see if we can put one of those. Oh, look, they can fit right there. Probably want something else next to it as well. I like it when DecoCraft can help you from making something with chisel bits. I also really like making stuff with chisel and bits, so best of both worlds. Small Christmas tree? Is it really? Not sure if that's really worth trying. Probably not, actually, nah. Oh, it looks glorious, though. It definitely looks glorious. Gliffin says I was going to make a pun about cheddar, but it was cheesy. Not very great. Oh, the puns, the puns. We have a donation here from Spangleboo, a noise in my ear, saying, scientifically, Asuma, scientifically. Oh, I read it like significantly, didn't I? I apologise for getting that wrong. Turquoise is the best colour. It's scientifically proven. Oh, I'm so sorry. Anyway, what do you call an imaginary colour? A pigment of your imagination. Oh, because of pigs. Yeah, I'm always thinking about pigs in my imagination. Yeah, that's a great joke. No, I'm joking. I get it, I get it. Figment of your imagination. Pigment of your imagination. You thought X was a mental then for a second. You went, that guy is weird. Appreciate the donation. Thank you for the support as always. And thank you for the puns. The puns are always a lot of fun. So, what other colourful things? What happens if we type red up the top? Like, we get all the red things. So which one of those red things kind of looks like you'd associate it with dying? With dying miserably. No, wait, that's not quite what I meant. Nah, none of these things, I think. Let's try blue. Because we had those sacks, but they don't appear on here, it would seem. Let's try green. We know... Oh, blue-green. Hello. Paranora says, X, you are weird, and that's a good thing. Remember, never be a stranger, just be strange. I like that quote. I like that quote a lot. Held says, X, you fudged up the top line of your fence on the second side because of the single-sided bit you used. Oh, we'll go check that out then. Green was what I wanted to type. Boopity boop. That is a barrel of apples. That will look like a barrel of apples, but it might also not. It's a drum kit. Jeez. Hello. Pfft, that's pretty spectacular, isn't it? Right, hold down shift. No, that doesn't fit in. That really doesn't fit in. Okay, so apparently I fudged this up. I didn't, it's just the texture I think changes on the top, so it doesn't quite look right. But apparently it had something to do with a single bit. No, I think I did that right as it goes. It's just the texture's different on top. On the side it's the same, but on the top it comes different. Top floor music shop, says Paranor. There'll be no more shops here. We'll have to build another building if we want another shop. Let's chuck these things back in here. So I guess I'll hand it over to you guys. Can you think of something like the crayons that we could chisel and bit and put in the window? Because we don't have a lot in the window at the moment. Add a sign saying don't knock on the glass on the tank, says Charles. I don't think there'll be a room for a sign over here. I've got like what's going to go here kind of planned out in my mind a little bit. Let's get those things removed. Lego, says Natural God. Paint cans, says Unapis. Crossed Eyes says this is amazing. Fantastic work, X. Thank you. I've been working hard on this, that's for sure. Paint buckets, paint cans, magic markers. Create a painter palette. Go on the art tank tab, says J.E. Bank. Isn't the art tab the first one? Art supplies. This is like music more than art. Well, art is kind of art supplies. I think we put them on the desk somewhere. We can put them in the shop window as well. But they will look good next to those little blocks. Yeah, that kind of looks cool. So lots of suggestions for a paint can. Gummy bears. I was thinking like a pot of like paint probably would look pretty cool, wouldn't it? But if we go to our dyes, we've got like 16 different colours. Like a painter's donkey. A painter's donkey? The items you are selling, says Burke. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? Except what we're selling probably won't make sense if we put it in the shop window. Like it wouldn't. I don't think it will really go particularly well. So what we could do is make a little paint can. That's for sure. Make a giant hourglass with a coloured sand in it. That's kind of cool. We'll go with this paint can idea then. I think we need a kind of pale, plain. Like what's a can colour? That's kind of like a can colour. So we take something like that. We thump it with this thing. Bam! Get thumped. And then let's build it on top of a block. Let's also sleep. Pile of coloured dust on the window shop. Yeah, that would probably look cool. Little piles of coloured stuff. Tinted windows, says Undead Power. We did have some of those. They didn't really fit in particularly well. Right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start off with that just to figure out where the middle is. Okay, then that one. That's the bottom of our can, okay? This can, we don't want to be terribly big. Let's build it out. A couple extra blocks on either side. Yeah, it's definitely going to be bigger than that. Oops. Well, maybe not oops. It's going to be a very square can if that's going to be the base of it. I reckon one bigger all around. Yeah, that's probably going to be the can size right there. See, reminder there from Anshraj. Did I say it properly? Probably not. Probably butchered it. Probably murdered the name. The name needs a grave. It's been butchered so much. Cutplex says, hey X, if you have the time after the stream, can you pop on the modded server for a while? I'll have cats tonight. I've prepared a surprise for you. Honestly, I'm really sorry. I'd love to get on there and check it out, but today I'm behind on everything. I've got so much work to do after this stream. Got to record an episode of this. Got to finish recording my episode of Hermitcraft for tomorrow. Got to do Patreon processing. Got to eat. Got to exercise. I kind of need some more sleep, I think, as well. I don't know. I don't know what's going on today. I'll get around to it at some point, though, buddy. Feel free to message me on Discord, though. Like, remind me from time to time. No. Connected material, maybe? Huh. I thought there was a way to, like, raise it all up at the same time, but apparently not. This looks like a paint can so far, doesn't it? That's what I'm thinking. It's very paint canny. If I walked into a room and I go, that is definitely half of a paint can right there with no paint in it. That's what I'd think. Diodo says, exercise, what's that? Lol. Gotta do your exercise, man. Gotta keep it healthy. Yeah, this looks great. I like that the bottom of the texture is darker as well. I think that's great. That's really just kind of gave it a bit of a base feeling down there. That's looking good. Ashtray says, favourite cat. I was thinking that a little bit as well. Right, I reckon this needs to be about 1, 2 higher. I'm going to leave this can open. Normally you'd buy it like with a lid, but I feel like it being there we go. Yeah, let's get rid of that one. Damn it. Yeah, it being open lets you see the colour on the inside. So next we need a handle. I think the handle should be white, so I'm going to break down one of these. Let's whack you apart, and then little handle single bit. It's going to be... I wonder if we can get away with something like this. So this comes up. Oh jeez, this is one of those moments where you kind of want to be zoomed in a little bit yourself. Whoopsie. Okay. So on that side it's like that. On this side we're going to put it on the opposite one. And then 1, 2. That's pretty cool looking. Little paint bucket. Hello. Hi. Now we need to put colours in, yeah. Do we have any colours available in the chisel bag? The answer be nee. Be nay. The nights that say nee. Colour swatches on the shelf, says Paranora. Couldn't agree more. That's... Oh, I don't know what you meant by colour swatches, actually, but these things should be on display. I believe there's a button in Draconian Evolution that allows you to just, like, put them there. Like, bam, they're on the wall. I see some coloured stuff over here, actually. Let's make this one red, since we've got a red block available. Okay, and now we shall... Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That is definitely a paint bucket, and I am definitely happy with how that turned out. Alright. Let's go place this thing here. Put it on the window. Hi. Walking by. Paint bucket. Oh, I can't see the paint, though. That's really good. I'm happy with that. We'll have to replace the material. Oh, we could put a few over here as well, maybe. No? Because that deco thing is in the way. And I'm getting a phone call, which I can't take, but I will take it in a minute. Scotty Derp says, is Super Circuit, make it in this pack? That mod has monocle that lets you zoom in your view. I don't think it is, but that sounds really cool. Let's put another one just... oh, actually, let's undo that. Let's get Super Awesome, and... Can we rotate ya? Put it like there, on that part of the block. Very good. And then we want to... Well, I'll replace the colour another time, I think, actually. That's cool. Well, I remember, Draconic Evolution should have a button that you press. and it lets you place something on the wall. Paper Cat says, X has read my messages 5 times now and I'm proud of myself. Well, you shouldn't be proud of yourself because you've miscounted. I've actually read your messages 6 times today, okay, young man? Jeez. Obviously I'm joking. I always do. What do you guys think that I do that? I have to always say that I'm joking. It's probably really terrible. I hate the idea of someone thinking I'm being mean, though. I'm never trying to be mean. Oh, like, all my jokes I want to be inclusive. Let's have a look. What... Distractions. Distracting myself by reading chat and getting all kinds of confused. Place item in the world. Decimal is the button that we must place. So if I press decimal there, it's kind of good but kind of not because it's very small. So we'll take you back. We're also going to like give these things away, I think, as well. Let's put one on the desk. Decimal. Ah, now that's both of them. I want one back. Thank you. Let's do that again. Bam. So we can just leave. Oh, we should put an IS coin on here. Totally put an IS coin down. Paranor says X, the regretful sarcastic. That's amazing. That is amazing. That is literally what I am. A regretful sarcastic. Oh. Paper Cat says, yeah, make that 6 times. Wrong again, Paper Cat. Wrong again. It's 7. No, I don't need to correct myself now. Olive Cat says, when you say young man, are you sure it's a man? Maybe it's an alien or a woman. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who's who. Most of my audience is male though, but it's just a saying. It just sounds funny. If you've seen what is it, Harry Enfield? It's even funnier. Came back here, distracted by blinky lights. Why did I come back here? Brain, activate now. Activate now. IS coin. I can't show you where the IS coins are, people. I can't show you where the IS coins are. That might be a backfire. Okay. Must click on the thing that makes the stuff go away. Oh wow! Oh, cool. Yeah, wow. Oh, that's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hang on. There we go. Right. There we go. We got an IS coin. We got an IS coin. We're going to place it on the desk. But we're going to use it this way. We're going to press decimal. Ah, it doesn't work like that. We should still put an IS coin down on here. Oh, wow. That thing is beefy. Maybe we won't, actually. Maybe we won't. I'm going to put that back in my inventory then. Oh, people are saying RIP Mike. Yep, some reason my microphone just turned itself down. I do not understand what did that. Read your chat, silly, says Kawakamate. You do know there's a 30-second delay, right? You do know there's a 30-second delay. Welcome back, everyone. You missed the amazingness, I guess, then. Let's throw down some of the dies here. My goodness me, this chest is disgusting. Kind of used up a lot of space now. Feels like... Yeah, let's put it on these shelves over here, so... Oh, decimal. There we go, one there. Ah, that doesn't look so great, actually. I think you can rotate it. Nah, we'll leave that be, we'll leave that be. Place the IS coin on shelf, someone said. It's a bit too big. It's more of a look for the inventory. I think, yeah, it's definitely for the inventory. I think what I'd like to do somewhere is have some item frames with all the dies in, but I really feel like this is about as noisy as I want this area to be. Maybe I might take down these clocks and stuff and have like a little row. Like we could put 5 colours there, 5 here, 5 over there, something like that. You need a mixology lab to sell dyes in your shop, says Almost Perfect. There'll be some stuff up here. I think we're going to have... Okay, I think what we're going to do... This is going to be the warehouse floor with supplies. The next one is definitely going to be the offices. And then the top one might become... Actually, that's kind of warehousey as well. This one might become like, I don't know. Like, if we... I plan on... Oh my goodness me, listen to the way I'm talking right now. What I plan on doing is filling these with something, but not going ham on the details. Like, I just want to like power through and get something reasonable in here. So, because we spent so much time on this project. So, warehouse, nice big tall roof, you know, boxes and supplies, easy, straightforward stuff. This one, offices. Going to use DecoCraft, hopefully throw them together quickly. Then we leave ourselves with a floor, which I don't know what to do with yet. And maybe if we feel like it, we could get round to doing some sort of, I don't know, like, yeah, like dye mixing lab kind of looking stuff, you know? Should be pretty cool. Do the upper floor as a storage room, says Tootblow. I'm going to do the next one up, the one directly above here, which, by the way, could have had an even lower floor. There's like a gap of a block or 2 blocks in there. So this one, actually... No, I think we'll still make this one the, yeah, the storage one. You should build a 1920s car in the street, says Cheeky Bros. That's an interesting challenge, actually. That is an interesting challenge. Don't know if that would really be something I could do. People, that is going to be it from me this live stream. By the way, I've got to say, big thank you to Diod. Oh no, did I read that out? Diodode0152 subscribing with Twitch Prime, saying great stream. Thank you, my friend. I'm sorry if I did miss that. I read it out hastily there. That's going to be it from me this stream, people. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'd encourage you to stick around and be a part of the raids that we're about to do. Going to go raid someone. But I do just want to say, if you've... No, what was I going to say? Thank you everyone for subscribing, resubscribing, donating and cheering. Appreciate you all. Everyone who's hanging out in chat, all the people who weren't hanging out in chat. Thank you for coming by and watching. I will send you over to Jax, who is streaming. Tell him I said hello. I won't have time to tune in myself today. I really just need to crack on with some other stuff. So, yeah, I will see you all later. Enjoy the raid. Bye-bye.